The jail booth became a confessional, full of admitted sins, forgiveness, and answered prayers. In the midst of his ramblings about how and why he could do better, I heard myself mumble, "Brother, we need you."
What's up? What's up? We back. This is the Black Man Lab Afterflow. Let's clap our hands, brothers. We are in Columbus, Georgia, y'all. Man, we are just coming out of a powerful Black Man Lab here in Columbus. What a beautiful space. Brothers coming in from all different walks of life, giving love, showing love, connecting. We got some young ones.
Yes, sir. Joseph Davis coming from Columbus, Georgia, baby. On time, baby. We gonna put it on for y'all, man. I'm a young voice for the black community, you feel me? And I feel like, we coming together. So we coming together, and I'm feeling the positivity in her already. So y'all, we kicking it with Mr. Davis. I'm gonna hand it over to her. Yeah,
Oh, man, give me some.
We kicking it, man.
For your job. Look, man, this brother here, let me tell y'all something real quick. You all know we don't do any social media in the Black Man Lab because it's a safe and sacred space.
I am gonna need my follow though.
But we gonna give you yours.
You gonna give me my follow.
So
just
I want y'all to understand something. This young brother spoke his truth in that space, and it brought black men together, broke down all kind of barriers. Because some brothers said, I have been beefing with you, and I have been beefing with you, but we deaded all of that. Why? Because young brother said, essentially, I need that black man love, and he got that black man. Did you get the Black Man Lab love tonight, brother?
I got so much positivity. I ain't felt that since church, was it? Young church vibes. I ain't felt that in a minute.
It was soul touching.
We need you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, guess what? We youngsters need you too. You feel me? Hey.
You might have a co-host.
Hey, I'm telling you. So, look, you said your name. What school you go to?
I go to Arnold Magnet Academy.
And what year?
Columbus, Georgia.
What grade are you in?
I'm in the 8th grade.
8th grade, man. We're going to bring a couple of other brothers in. Tell them who you are and what you do and how you do what you do.
Yes, sir. Well, first of all, Mr. Davis, I want to thank you for bringing the Black Man Lab to Columbus, Georgia. There are some people that say we're 100 miles from Atlanta, but we're 100 years behind Atlanta. For Columbus to be the second largest city in the state of Georgia, there are some things that we lag behind, but we are striving every day to get there. I'm attorney Atty. Reese. I practice here in Columbus, Georgia. I'm also state representative-elect, representing State District House 140. And tonight was beautiful for me because here historically we have had a challenge with black men coming together, dropping beef, dropping issues, putting it all on the table, and thinking about the future young men like this one here. So I think today a new path was set for. Yes, something sir. Magical happened here tonight that only history will be able to reflect.
Yes, sir.
But I felt it, and
yes,
I know
sir.
It's going to happen.
Well, we're glad you're here, brother. We're glad you're here. My brother, break it down for him. Tell him who you are, chef.
I'm Jerome Lawson, man. I'm a self-proclaimed entrepreneur. I'm a businessman. I'm a community activist. I got a food truck called Twist Skillet. I did 10 years in prison from 16 to 26, and while in there, I just filled my tool bag up with the necessary things to come out here and be a construct to my society, man, and give back. So, while I've been out, I'm 40 years old now. I got a full pardon, from the state. I just got investigated to get my gun rights back.
Yes, sir.
So, and what I advocate is I try to show people that come from my background that there are incentives to change. You don't have to live up under the banner of being an ex-offender or a felon or inmate.
Yes, sir.
If you see yourself worthy enough to live above that norm. And one of the things that we are missing is a voice for the ex-offenders. The biggest population of black men that we deal with in Columbus as far as the contributors to that particular population is ex-offender-based black men.
Yes, sir.
We got a big list in population for that. And you got LGBT rights, you got rights for the Black Lives Matter, you have rights and groups all over.
Yes, sir.
But a voice for the ex-offender, true voice for the ex-offender, we don't have that because we've been convinced to see them as criminals and not actually people.
Brother.
Citizens.
First, man, number love.
Thank you.
The just hearing you speak in the lab, and again, one of the things that we think is powerful about the Black Man Lab is that brothers can be authentically who they are because we don't do the social media. We don't. It ain't for no clout. It's just, bruh, I'm
Authentic.
It's authentic. I am who I am
Yes.
in this moment, and I just need whether you my little cousin, my little nephew, or you the big homie. I just need to bare my soul and let you know I need help.
Yes.
But you
Right.
know, our criminal justice system was designed for rehabilitation. But the way our society acts, we did never allow them to be fully rehabilitated. That's a problem if you have a system designed to get someone somewhere that they can never get to. That's why we continue to have these issues. And then when we get them there, like in Florida, you have a governor that's rounding up people and locking them up just for registering to vote when they were told that they could. You mean to tell me the Secretary of State can't cross-reference names to make sure right people are on the rolls that need to be there? Yet you're going to go lock up somebody's grandmother? And Governor DeSantis, you're going to brag about that? Shame on you, man.
Well,
And that's
I'm
what
not
politicians
sure
are
you
doing.
got to go all the way to Florida. I'm Francis Johnson, chairman of the New Georgia Project and former state president of the NAACP. And I can tell you for the last 25 years of my professional life, all we have been doing is fighting voter suppression right here in Georgia.
Yes, sir.
And despite all of that suppression, Black men are still showing up to the polls.
Yes.
Black men have something to say.
They don't say
We've always had something to say, and we're registering that at the polls this election year. And so thanks to the Black Man Lab for convening this space.
Hey, but listen, here's what we recognize.
Sure.
Is that it's the indigenous leadership, right? We didn't just put the logo on a flyer and then people came. Our elder, our brother, our Baba, he called us forward, right? And brothers responded. When he called, brothers answered. Same thing that happened in Macon. Elder called, brothers came. Brother who put in the work and has been consistent about loving Black men.
When you mean
Right.
putting the work,
Put in the work.
I'm gonna speak on some of us, younger people because I feel like work that ain't even a thing to us no more because we done got into this where this little place or whatever where easy money is the best money. It's like, well, sir, you gotta work. You feel me? Your mama always gonna tell you, ain't nothing gonna be given to you. But I think we done got into that mindset where now, oh, it gotta be given to us, so we gonna take it. But see, that's not how this world work, and it just falling out slower and slower. So it's getting worse.
Y'all don't have nothing to compare yourselves to. There's nothing that. One thing about if you look at the jungle, there's a thing called the law of nature, man.
Yes, sir.
You can't establish yourself as no lion unless you go through that process. And right now, we got a lot of cubs out here roaring like they lions. Like when I went to prison, you got these young guys, they go up that road, man, and they barking and roaring out here. But when you get down there, you got a guy 6'5".
Yes, sir.
And you got to fight for 5 minutes versus 10 seconds out here.
Yeah.
It's a different atmosphere. Thus, it affects your mentality. I got stabbed 10 times when I was down there. Over $30 worth of soups and honey buns. But the thing is, that was traumatic for me. And the thing is, what I'm trying to convey to you, and I want you to understand, I hope you would take this back and give to your younger people that probably look up to you, because you got the charisma.
He does.
You got the energy.
Yeah.
Really does.
Let them know that there's a reality out there that's waiting on you to make the right decision to be in it.
See the positivity that y'all show. A lot of us young people we don't get. So when y'all show it, it makes us feel something. You know what I'm saying? We don't feel nothing. We out here every day trying to find some way, somehow to make it somewhere or to make it to the next place. You know what I'm saying?
To the next play.
Y'all know what I mean.
No. Here's the question. This tour is Black Men Got Something to Say, right?
Yes, sir.
And we heard brothers in this space. I want to ask y'all. I'm gonna start with you, Bro Davis, because I love your energy, man. I really do. And the beauty of your mom bringing you here, and then she put you in the hands of the elder and said, y'all got him. And then she said, I'm going to drive, and then I'll come back and get you. I want to ask you, with this election, obviously you too young to vote, but around education, what do you want to see happen with education, or what have you experienced that you'd like to see more of across Georgia?
I'm going to be honest with you. Georgia itself, I just seen, being in the school, just seeing different things like emotion. I never would have thought school would have brought emotion into anything as a lesson, but it's slowly coming on, and which I feel like is a good thing. And I feel like as it used to be where people just get in trouble. But I can see like now it's just people want to see from other people's point of view. It's not just where you come from make you. You know what I'm saying? Why you just don't know it's a switch? You feel me? Like why you act like you always gotta be in that mode every day? You know what I'm saying? But when you get around y'all, I don't feel like I gotta look across my back, you know, look over my shoulder every day. Y'all just gave me some kind of motivation and positivity that we don't get out here at all. But the school system, I feel like, is coming way better than what it used to be.
I think he's talking about the wraparound services that have been implemented through the school system, but that doesn't come by just not participating. It comes from supporting folks who will understand that the school is a place where children may be able to get the kind of mental health, emotional health and support, dental, medical visits that they wouldn't get normally, and that you need folks who care about that.
So you definitely have to have the people who care about it. Like right now, if you look at our board of education here in Columbus, Georgia, we do not have not one black man on the board of education, and we have a 9-member board. Who's there speaking for our young black boys? Who's there speaking from the direct experience of what they've gone through? When this brother spoke today in the Black Man Lab, all of us listened. And he brought the point up that younger people just want somebody to listen sometimes. Society has shut out the voices of our young people, particularly young black boys. We rather incarcerate them based on third grade behavior than to actually give them the resources they need to be successful. Speaking of resources, the state of Georgia has cut over $5 billion from education over the last 10 years. How do we expect our people in the inner city and our young folks to keep up if we're constantly cutting education but giving tax breaks to yacht owners? That doesn't make sense.
And that's why we saying black men got something to say.
Yes.
That we can't just be on the sidelines in this critical moment when they're gonna make a decision in just a few days about how this money gets split up.
Now wait a minute. There's an okie doke now. Brian Kemp took money that he did not support in the federal relief response to COVID.
Correct.
And he turned it into $350 basically debit cards to further track and monetize black people's behavior. So they shouldn't get it twisted because they cut, stole, and borrowed from our children's future and then took money they never supported it in the first place and used it as a political gimmick. Don't fall for the hype.
Brother Johnson, when you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig.
That's right.
And just because he gave us a couple $100, what we gonna do with a couple $100? You can't turn nothing around in our community with that.
Brothers, this has been powerful. We almost out of time, but we never would leave without you brothers telling us what you do very quickly on a daily basis in terms of habits, rituals, and disciplines. What do you do? If you get up, you pray, blah, blah, blah. Give it to us, because all around Georgia, black men are telling us what they do that allows them to be sane enough to come into this space. They wanted to steal our mind, they wanted to steal our bodies, but still we came into the Black Man Lab here in Columbus, Georgia. What got you here? Really quick.
Let me tell you something I do, and I don't think I've really shared this with many people, but I have a 6-year-old daughter. And when my wife and my daughter get dressed in the morning, it's like a ritual for them, for the mother and daughter to be there together, helping each other prepare for the day. Well, I make sure that I am up and ready to walk them outside to the car every morning. I kiss my daughter. I tell her I love her. I tell her she's important. And I tell her she is a leader. And I kiss my wife. I say, baby, have a good day. If you have a problem, give me a call. It's important that I send both of them off each day, knowing that the man of their house loves them, care for them, and behind them 100%.
Love it.
I believe 1,000% in affirmations, man. You know, I get up before everybody in the house. I walk my house and I bless it. And I'm always reminded.
Bless the whole house.
Yes, sir. My traumatic experience became my power source. I'm always reminded of where I come from. Statistically, I wasn't supposed to be here.
No, sir.
I was statistically, according to the numbers, I was not supposed to make it. And prison always reminds me where I am. I bought a house for my food truck. You know, a felon with no college degree. So, you know, I get up in the morning and I affirm that I'm solid and I have balance and that I am empowered by our ancestors.
Yeah.
I believe from the ground they still speak. So I kiss my wife while they're asleep. I kiss my babies while they're asleep. And I prepare my house and then I go to sleep and wake up with them. And I get up and I pray. I wash my face. I anoint myself. And sometimes I anoint my babies and my wife as well. And I just really speak those affirmations because they cover not me, but my house and my children and my wife.
Powerful, powerful. Young scholar.
Black men got something to say, and what we're saying is we got you.
We're gonna
get you right.
Yeah.
So we want you to know this, that we love you so much
Too much.
that these brothers,
Yes.
you'll never be without a black man supporting you in Columbus, Georgia ever again.
But I don't want to be the only youngster for y'all to do that, though. I want everybody to feel that same positivity and love. So I want y'all to spread this around. Because it's not that we don't have enough, recreations. We got enough of those. But it done got so hectic that we don't even want to go to those no more. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to spread that positivity and protection and love. You know
But I saw you in the lab. There was something that happened, and it happens to every situation you come into with another human being. You ask yourself an essential question: can I trust you? And as you surveyed the room and you saw folks self-governing without a long set of rules, respecting each other, you said, I can trust them.
Yes,
and
sir.
when you finally spoke, you spoke a truth.
Yes.
And so I'm grateful for that.
Brothers, we thank y'all, man. Can y'all give it up? Thank you. This is the Black Man Lab Afterflow, Columbus, Georgia, with these beautiful brothers. Thank you.
Sir.